Okay, this is lesson 9.7, which is solving quadratic problems involving the area of polygons. So it's actually a pretty difficult lesson. Make sure you pause when you need a little bit extra time. So we're going to be working with rectangles and triangles today. First, let's do some problems with rectangles. So to find the area of a rectangle, you multiply the length times the width. So the formula is area equals length times width. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this old school problem. This is something that's decently easy. And we're going to use these steps over here. And I'm going to label the steps as I go. So the first thing is you're always going to translate the problem into math sentences. Okay, so we're going to do that first. So the length of a rectangle is 4. The length of a rectangle is 4. L equals 4. And the area is 40. The area is 40. A equals 40. It wants to know what is the width. So I'm just going to put W equals a blank because I don't know what that is. Now we're going to write the formula and substitute. We're going to write the area formula. Area equals length times width. And we're going to substitute 4 in for L and 40 in for A. So this will be 40 equals L, which is 4, times the width. Now, divide both sides by 4, and we get 10 equals W. So we actually didn't do these last two steps because this problem didn't have any of it. The width is 40. Or sorry, width is 10. Let's go ahead and do this new school problem, which is like a new version of it, and we're going to use the same steps. I have them over here on my card, but I'm moving it back and forth. So first is to translate into math sentences. So the width of a rectangle is 2 less than 3 times the length. Okay, let's try that again. The width of a rectangle is. So W equals 2 less than 3 times the length. So 2 less than 3 times the length. The area is 40. What are the length and width of the rectangle? Length, width of the rectangle. Okay. Number 2 is to write the formula and substitute. So we're going to write A equals length times width. And we're going to substitute in for W and A. So 3L minus 2 is going to be substituted in for W and 40 for A. I don't have anything to substitute for L, so I'm going to leave it as an L. And then again, the width is 3L minus 2. So now I'm going to distribute. I need to simplify this. L times 3L is 3L squared. L times negative 2 is negative 2L. That equals 40. Then I'm going to go ahead, because my goal is to factor, I need to get it set equal to 0. So subtract 40 on both sides. 0 equals 3L squared minus 2L minus 40. Now, step 3 says factor any way you know how. So what that means is we need to look at this quadratic and factor it the way we need to factor it. So I see that A is not 1. There is no GCF, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do the box method. First term, first box. Last term, last box. Then A times C goes in the T-chart. We write down the factors of negative 120. Obviously 3 and 40. 2 and 60. 5 and, let's see, that would be 5 to 24. Also 12 and 10. We're looking for the two numbers that combine to give you a -2. That'd be -12, +10. -12L, +10L. Take out the GCS. This is just an L. Negative, they're both divisible by 4. Both divisible by 3L. Both divisible by 10. So this is 3L plus 10, L minus 4. Okay, so I factored it. Step 4 is to use the zero product property to solve. So what that means is we're going to set each factor equal to 0. So subtract 10, 3L equals -10, divide by 3L equals a -10/3, add 4, L equals 4. So I have L equals -10/3 and L equals 4. So this means the length is -10/3 and the length is 4. So I'm actually going to throw this out because it doesn't make sense for a length to be negative. Negative answers are always going to be thrown out. So the length is 4. We need to find the width. So I'm going to substitute that back in. 3 times L minus 2, which means that the width is 10. The width is 10. The length is 4. Just a quick check. 10 times 4 is 40, which is the area. So that is, those are rectangle problems. The other one that we're going to do is triangle problems. So to find the area of a triangle, you multiply the base times the height and then divide by 2. So the area is base times height divided by 2. This problem is just going to be solved using a different formula. So let's do this really quick. Step 1 is to translate the problem into math sentences. So the base of a triangle is 4. B equals 4. And the area is 40. A equals 40. What is the height? So step 2, write the formula. This time, since it's a triangle, we're going to use base times height divided by 2. And then we're going to substitute 4 in for B, 40 in for A. So 40 equals 4 times H divided by 2. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. 80 equals 4H. Divide by 4. 20 equals H. So the height is 20. How does that apply to a new problem? Still, step 1, translate the problem into math sentences. So the height of a triangle is 4 inches shorter than the base. So the height is 4 inches shorter, which means minus 4, than its base. The area is 30 square inches. A equals 30. What is the height of the triangle? Done that. So now I need to write the formula. Area equals base times height divided by 2, again because it's a triangle. And we need to substitute. B minus 4 is going in for H. 30 is going in for A. So I'm going to substitute B minus 4 in for H. 30 equals nothing for the B. Substitute this whole thing for H. And then divide by 2. So what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the denominator. So that's B minus 4 equals 60. Now I'm going to distribute. This becomes B squared minus 4B equals 60. I need to get this set this equal to 0 so that I can factor. So I'll subtract 60 on both sides. and I get 0 equals b squared minus 4b minus 60. Okay, so step 3 is to factor any way I know how. So two numbers that multiply together to get 60, negative 60, 6 and 10. A lot of other things, but 6 and 10 works because a positive 6 minus 10 is 60. So b plus 6, b minus 10. Now I'm going to, let's see, use the zero product property. So I'm going to set each factor equal to 0. I get b to equal a negative 6 and b to equal a positive 10. Again, so the base is negative 6 or the base is 10. Well, it doesn't make sense for the base to be a negative number, so we're going to say that the base is 10. We're going to substitute that back in for the height. 10 minus 4 is 6. So the height is 6.